of animal astrology forecast for June 25th to July 2nd. I'm just going to put some stuff here for my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go to my instagram.com/trishacondo. Hey there, Maddie. Let me just put this on. Make sure that you also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Trisha Condo and like my Indigenous Psychic Trisha Condo business page. Oh, that's a mouthful. Holy jeez. And I'm also on TikTok. Go at Trisha Condo. Okay, this is for the 25th to July. I just got to put things here, and then it just takes me a little while. My little fingers. Good morning, Alexi Book. I just got to pin that. That's it. Hello, everyone. Let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from so I can say hi to you. It is another week, and I enjoy coming here. It is Nikos, so it is summertime. And I'm sure wherever you're in the world, it is hot. It's been hot here where I am. It's been really, really, really hot. Let me just take some Kleenex here. Like I said, let me know where you're tuning in from. Like and love my page. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to start right away. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a main card from Denise Lynn's Native Spirit Oracle cards. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull each card for each astrological sign from, call it Baron Reed's Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And yes, I am working on my own. This summer, I like to work on my deck, my new Oracle deck. And I'm also going to be writing my first book. I've been saying that for about a year or two, maybe more than that, but yeah. Okay, so let's start with the main card. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Don't be shy. It's a little warm in here. Oh, one has flipped out. So this is Tracker. Tracker. I like this. So it's a little shiny. It's very shiny, these cards. So Tracker is all about tracking the patterns, tracking where you've been. Hey there, Justine. Thank you for joining me. So tracking. When you know where you're going, you also have to know where you've been. And you also, it reminds me of when my grandfather must be coming in, because I get the sense with this theme for the week, it really has to do with setting up those snares in order to catch, I remember my grandfather and my dad used to show me how to set up snares in order to catch a rabbit. And I remember you're welcome. I also remember my grandfather showing us tracks of animals. I was very young, and he showed it to me very young. I was about 8 or 9. And I knew that was part of my teaching. Like, his teachings really stayed with me. And I believe I was supposed to learn that. And I'm learning new things now, right? So it's all about tracking. Tracking is also about seeing the signs, smelling, feeling everything, how the animals are leaving their mark. And I feel like with us, we're leaving our mark. We're tracking, using our intuition and using our traditions and our ceremonies in order to go to the next step. It's not 6 months down the road or a year. It's just tracking the next thing. And this, because it's showing, I'm going to sneeze. I have a bit of a cold. Oh, it's going. So you see the river here? Back then, when And I believe some people do it now, but back then, this is how they would throw off the predators back then. They would go into the water and it wouldn't give a scent. So sometimes in order for us to throw people off, that's not a really I don't know if I'm saying this well, but back then they did it for survival. In order to go into the water, they wouldn't sense or smell, like animals wouldn't smell you, right? But nowadays, I feel as though this has to do with us being able to cover our scent. I know I'm going to explain this a little bit more, but I feel like sometimes in order to be really neutral, we have to also be mindful of where we're going and where we've been. So anyways, I'll talk about that a little bit more. Since I'm pressed for time. So let's go into this. Okay. I hope that made sense. I'm trying to make sense here. Okay. I'm not trying to be logical here. I'm trying to just, anyways, I'm going to get out of my head. So let's start with Aries. Let me get my thing. Where did I put that? I just had it here. How did I have it? Give me a second. I just had it. It's that kind of a day. I just had it with me and my thing is covering it. So let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. So in the meantime, let me know. I just had it. Where did it go? Let me know. Hey, Barbalish, let me know. Can you share my video too? I'd really appreciate it. And my thing, I don't know where it is. I just had it. I seriously just had it in my hands. Okay. Let's start with Aries. Let me try to remember. I just had it. Okay. Give me a second, guys. I just had my thing and then just went away. Terribly warm in here. Give me a second. I just had it. Here it is. I know I had it. Just misplaced it. Okay. Okay, here we go. It is quite warm in here. Is it warm where you are? Okay, let's start this. Aries, North Bay, Ontario. Right on. North Bay, Ontario. I used to live there, by the way. I went to school there. It's a really nice place. Okay, let's go to Aries. Good morning, Norma Jean. Saskatchewan and Leo. Nice. So this is for Aries. It's 21. It feels like in my office, it feels like it's 30. So if I'm breathing heavy, it's because of that. So this is the chameleon for Aries. This week I feel as though there's a lot of taking one step at a time. Aries, that's the sense that I get. One step at a time. You might feel like you're going very slow, but I feel like it's needed for you this week. And also, I feel as though you're in where you're supposed to be this week. Your energy is where you're supposed to be. Okay, Aries? And I feel as though this is all about you also dreaming into things, like having your dreams and also reenacting them. That's the sense that I get. It's really warm in here. Whew. Let's go to Taurus. Taurus. Who are my Taurus people? I am a Taurus sun. So this is for Taurus. Taurus. This is what I'm getting with you, the white raven. So the white raven is all about going with the flow. Taurus is all about going with the flow, and it's also about looking at what's around you and seeing the connections. Seeing the connections and looking at the world around you and see how everything is connected and how your intuition is really guiding you through Mother Earth, through Father Sky, through all of your guides and angels. And that's what I get the sense of. This is all about trusting in all of everything that is happening around you. Even though you may not see it, it's all around you. I like that. Let's go to Gemini. Let's go to Gemini. Gemini. Who are my Gemini people? I have a Gemini. Ooh, I like this one. I have a Gemini moon. So this is frog spirit. Okay. So frog spirit is all about, and it's reversed. So there's a lot of medicine in this, a lot of lessons. And it feels, hi Jessica, this is all about letting go. If you're holding on to a lot of old thoughts and old energies, okay, because if you're holding on to that, in order to, what happens is your guidance becomes clouded. Your intuition becomes clouded, okay? And it's also a lot about letting go of that old energy because it gets stored in your body and it gets stored and it clouds your intuition, your guidance, what your guides are trying to tell you, okay? So letting go this week, Geminis, if you got things hanging around your house, your purse, whatever, let it go this week. Because I get the sense it's all about letting go in every way, shape, or form. Old letters, old communications, you're going to notice people from your past coming back and you're going to be like, yeah, don't think so. It's all about you being tested. Okay, let's go to Cancer. Let's go to the bottom. So this is Cancer. So Cancers this week, I feel like you're going to come into a lot of ideas. I feel as though there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of celebrations. There's a lot of things coming your way. And it's really good. And I feel as though you're going to be very grateful for everything. I feel like you're going to be in that, you know, when the salmon go upriver, they go at a time where their intuition kicks in and they just know where to go. And I feel like you're going to be led to where your spirit wants to go this week, and it's going to make you very abundant and make you very aligned. Okay, I like that. Let's go to Leo. Who are my Leo people? Let me know in the chat. Who are Leos? Good morning, Barbalish. Who are my Leos? Who are my Leos? Hi, Tracy. Who are my Leos? Let me know. I have a Leo rising. If you don't know where anything is, go to astro.com and it'll show you everything. Okay, I'm going to actually go in the middle because I feel like I'm going to go in the middle. Okay, so this is the starfish. Leos, I feel like this week you're going to really shine. What comes out of your spirit, what you say, what you write, what you do, I feel as though it's all going to be noticed this coming week, Leos. I feel like you're going to notice opportunities, new things coming in. And I feel like the elders are really pushing you to bring out your wisdom more and bring it out into the world. And you're going to feel very nervous at first, but I feel like certain people, certain events will come and you're going to be like, huh. And this is really, really going to be a good week for you, Leos. Right? Let's go to Virgo. Who are my Virgo people? Virgos, Virgos, Virgos. Okay. Virgos. Ooh, this is interesting. Buffalo spirit. So I get the sense with this, I feel as though there's going to be, for Virgos, it's almost like a rattling of some sort. Like, you know, when a storm comes in, and I feel as though the storm is going to, especially Virgos like things that are concrete. They're very practical people. Virgos are like that. They're, if you want things done, they will get it done. But I feel as though Virgos, you're going to be um, noticing things are, I feel as though you're going to be a little bit guarded and withholding things. Okay. And I feel like you're going to be watching the energy of the room, or noticing also. And I feel like it's an old story that you're carrying. So this week, I feel like you need to remove all of what you believe should happen and allow others to share, and also you sharing as well, being open and sharing. Okay. Let's go to Libra. Who are my Libra people? Who are Libras? Libras. Libra people. Libras. Who are my Libras? Okay. There goes Libra. So Libra, interesting. Whenever I see this upside down, there's a lot of lessons here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of heaviness coming this week. And I feel like to rise above this, to heal from it, I feel as there's more the energy of walking in a higher level, in the creator's level, and the spirit realm. It's more or less healing the pains, healing the old wounds. And I feel like talking about great things, talking about where you're going, meaning talking about love, talking about things that are more peaceful and loving, the higher level. And I feel like that is starting to heal. Okay. It's really warm in here. Scorpio. I feel like I'm in a sweat lodge. it's really warm in here. Is it warm where you are? Because it's really warm in here. I bet you if I looked at, yeah, it's 20. Is it 21 degrees in here? Yeah, it's 21. So it's a tad bit hot. Okay. I gotta laugh because it's she's hot. I don't have air conditioning in this room. I was sitting in my hey there, Francois Lachu. I was in the living room yesterday and I was freezing because I had the AC on. I had the AC on and I had to have a blanket. That's how cold I was. Morning, Carrie. That's how cold I was. And I was starting to sneeze. Okay, let's go to Scorpio. I have to laugh because it's really hot in here, and the other side it's really cold. Okay, Scorpio. And I believe that's how Mother Earth has been acting that way. I feel like it's, one way in another room and this way in another room. Okay, let's go to Scorpio. So Scorpio. Scorpio. I get the sense that there's a lot of withholding this week, and I feel like this week is all about you actually, and I feel as though your power is being pulled back a little bit, and I feel like the elders and the creators saying, no, let's start putting in more power into our words and noticing how powerful you are. And that's the sense that I get. I notice Yeah, I feel like Scorpio, you do have a lot of power with your words. It's almost like you're a little bit, you are a witch in your words. Things do come to manifest. So Scorpios are very powerful people, very intuitive, but I believe they were, most Scorpios that I know are witches from Salem. That's why I feel. That's why they're so powerful. When they say something, it comes to pass. Really interesting. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Whenever I meet a Scorpio, I feel as though they're a witch. They're, in their past lives, they were a witch. And they've reincarnated into this lifetime as very powerful, powerful manifestors. Okay, let's go to Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Who are my Sages? Very quiet this morning. Holy. Okay, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is what I'm getting with you. Knowing this is, nothing is wasted, okay? The vulture spirit is telling you everything has a place. Everything has a purpose, okay? Sagittarius, you're going to notice this week, I feel as though you're going to decide to let go of things and they have a purpose for someone else. They have a soul's purpose for something else or someone else. And I don't worry if you think it's not helping others. It is. I know when I declutter my house, I know it's going to be helping someone else and they're going to really love it. So I feel as though Sagittarius, this is what's going to happen. Is things you feel nothing's happening, they do have a purpose. There's a lesson in it and nothing is wasted. So let's go to, hey there, Miriam Brewer. Thank you for joining my Instagram. Let's go to Capricorn. I have to write it down because otherwise I forget what I'm saying. Okay, Capricorns, let me know in the chat if this resonated with you. I love doing this every Sunday because it's the only time I have. And I really love helping others and serving others. I really do. Okay, Capricorn. Let's go to Cappies. Capricorn. This is a sense that I get. I feel as though there's a lot of being proud of who you are and where you're coming from and where you're going. And I said this in a post I don't know when it was, yesterday or the day before. And this really resonates with Capricorns. Capricorns are leaders, but I also get the sense that you're also going to enjoy what comes from leading. If you are running a business or serving others in a holistic way, I feel as though you're going to be relaxing and you're going to enjoy where you're at and where you're going. Okay? That's the sense that I get with that. Capricorns are actually good business people. Okay, Aquarius. Aquarius. Let's go to Aquarius. Good morning, Jenny. Aquarius. Let's go to Aquarius. Let's go to Aquarius. Okay, I got this on top of the deck. Aquarius. Ooh, I like this for you, Aquarius. I get the sense with this, there's a lot of, it's going to feel very mushy and very lovey-dovey this coming week for you, Aquarius. I don't know if you have friends around you, but I feel as though this is going to be a good week to come together and be supportive and leaning on others. And that's a sense that I get with this. Otters are very squishy. They're very loving. So I feel like there's a lot of loving energy that's around you this week. It's going to help you to connect on a deeper level because Aquarians tend to be logical and they need to connect. And I get the sense that's what's going to happen this week. Aquarius, Pisces. Pisces. And also on another level, you could be leading with love a little bit more. Pisces. Let's go to Pisces. Where are my Pisces people? Pisces. I'm actually going here. Pisces. Oh, I like this. It's so funny because I saw a dragonfly yesterday in my yard. And dragonflies tend to be people that are very empowered leaders. They tend to lead, and there's 22 here. 22 is a sign of cooperation, collaboration, and I get the sense when there's a dragonfly anywhere's around you, and this goes for everybody. If you do see a dragonfly, and I know there's a lot during this time of the year, it means you're meant to be an empowered leader, either on stage or leading a group that are strong people, leading a strong team. Okay, that's the sense that I get. Pisces, I feel as though you're going to be leading, and they might be a bit strong, have strong opinions. That's okay. That's a sense that I get. And sure enough, whenever I see dragonflies, that's what usually comes to pass. It does all the time whenever I see them. Okay, so with that being said, let's go to Grey Wolf Word of the Week. I hope you enjoyed the mini forecast that I've done for you from going from Aries to Pisces. I hope you enjoyed that. There goes my dog. He's at the door. Okay, let's go to Grey Wolf Word of the Week. I feel like I'm doing Sesame Street, but that's okay. I can hear him. Okay. So, word of the week. Let me see. Okay. So, I feel like there's two things that I'm hearing. Okay. So, there's happy attitude and confidence. I feel like those go hand in hand, especially when we're at this higher level, this higher vibration. It is also about us doing what makes us happy, what we love. And that brings us to a higher vibration instead of being down here saying, okay, instead of talking about what you're afraid of or what doesn't make you happy, of course, you get to let that out of your body and you have to express it. You know, some people are, especially my clients, they tend to be really scared of saying what they are afraid of. And they really believe that it's going to come to pass. And I'm like, no, that needs to be released. What you're afraid of needs to be not bottled in. And I've known people who tend to bottle in things, who tend to let their, who tend to, I was just listening to something, who tend to let others, let me tell you in another way too. You know, when I was, I don't know why, but I'm being shown the sacred fire. When I was watching the sacred fire during powwows, I was in I think I was 25, I believe. I believe it was in 2000. I remember that because I have a picture of the sacred fire in front of me. It was in 2000. I don't know if somebody's really good at math here. But in 2000, I don't know what age I was. I was born in 1975. So if you could tell me what age I was in the chat, I would really appreciate it. So I don't know. I think I was 25. I'm not sure. Anyways, so with that being said, I remember about the sacred fire, and I remember I had to make sure that the sacred fire wouldn't go out. I was there day and night watching the sacred fire. And so my point is I had to make sure that sacred fire didn't go out because it had to be lit for, I think, 4 days straight. And other people took over. We all had shifts. And I really enjoyed being there because I've noticed when you do feed your sacred fire what you love, it grows. It does grow. And what happens is your attitude goes from unhappy, sad attitude to a happy one. When you start to feed your sacred fire. And your sacred fire is your passion, what you love. And if you have others who are blowing it out or throwing things into your sacred fire that shouldn't be in there. You start to dim, your fire starts to fizzle out. And I remember when I was watching, I was like a sacred fire keeper, and I noticed people tried to put things into the sacred fire, and I wouldn't allow that. I would say, no, you go put it over there. And so what I learned from that is that you really have to guard and protect your sacred fire at all times. And there's going to be people who are going to say things that are going to hurt you. It seems that way. It does seem that way at the time. And it feels like an unhappy attitude, but I feel as though when we start protecting our sacred fire and saying, no, I'm not listening to that, no, 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 and not allowing others to throw things into our sacred fire, okay, that's where you have to guard it and make it grow and make it grow and make it grow. What happens is you adopt a happy attitude and you build self-confidence. Soon enough, people will be attracted to that fire, and you'll have smoke signals telling others, hey, I like her. She's interesting. You're interesting. Oh, she really guards it well. Okay? And some people have different ways of looking at this, and other people have their own things they have to deal with. Remember, that's not part of your sacred fire. Just let that go. I also have to work on this too. I'm not immune to this. I'm not immune to this. I also have to work on my sacred fire too, and learn, okay, this is what feeds it, this is what dims it. And there's going to be other people who are going to snuff it right out. Remember, it has nothing to do with you. Has nothing to do with you. People have their own journeys. Respect that. I respect that. So with that being said, I hope this helped you. And this was a great word from Grey Wolf. And oh, thank you, Miigwech. Well, so I feel as though this is a time where we have to really protect our sacred fires, not put walls, not to put TP poles and say, hey, you're not welcome here. It's more or less, hey, this is my sacred fire, and I'm going to keep it lit. Will people try to throw things in there to make it go down? Yes. Remember, other people have their own journeys, and it's part of us to say, okay, and it might hurt at times. We're like, ooh, what are you doing? It's okay. You know, there are times when it happens to me and I say, ooh, then I step back. Remember, if it keeps happening over and over, there's some medicine in that. And that's when you really got to say, this belongs to me, that belongs to you. This belongs to me, that belongs to you. This belongs to me, that belongs to you. All right, everyone, I hope you have a great weekend. And I really enjoyed coming here, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you soon. Apne multas.